What's going on, my little Sunday night motherfuckers? Alright, we're gonna try to make some motherfuckers laugh tonight. Don't drink no coffee while you're watching this. Don't be driving a vehicle or nothing like that. I always get the messages, Lou. I spit out my coffee. One guy spit out his food. That's fucked up. But anyway, when I get those messages, I'm like, see, for me, they're just like childhood stories or things that happen. So, well, your guys' reaction to it is just it's priceless. But let me just tell you what it is. Many moons ago, you know, I told you that Blackalicious was this big black super negroid. Like he was like, if they ever, like I said, if they ever did a statue of a motherfucker holding a globe, it was him. So he was the biggest, blackest, scariest motherfucker in our neighborhood until Blackalicious moved into the neighborhood. Let me tell you who this motherfucker was. It's like taking Beanie and putting like 200 pounds of retarded muscle on him. Like, he was just crazy looking with a big head. If Fijian people have black people, that's what he would be. This motherfucker wore fucking like tank tops, overall. He was from the South, and at first he kind of looked like a grown, angry, confused man. So we in the neighborhood were like, this fuck motherfucker over here, he's hanging out in the basketball courts. And you always keep an eye out for motherfuckers you don't know. All of a sudden, this one lady in the neighborhood, she's cool people. She's like everybody's mom. You know, sweet black woman. I actually saw her, to her husband today, like, forget it. Like, gold. But she's like, no. That's Daniel. He's a little bit, you know, and back then you used to call people retarded. We didn't have the word for like special or gifted. They're a little bit retarded. So Benny was like, oh, he's special ed. That's no problem. No, this motherfucker, there was a problem. There was something not right with this motherfucker. Whoever did his IQ scoring must have just gotten afraid and left the room and left it incomplete, because he was crazy. He was this big mongoloid motherfucker, had a jaw, like his jaw, like, you see if I could, like it was like that. It was like fucking defined. So anyway, we were terrified of this motherfucker. He had big fucking hands and wrists, whatever. In my brain, I'm gonna try to paint the best picture of him. But he was just, you ever seen those black guys that got the fucking back of their neck got like folds? That's how big their head is. It was like, he was a big scary motherfucker. So we try to avoid this motherfucker at all costs. We didn't go around this motherfucker. If he came, we left. It was one of those kind of things. We had the inner homo in us. We just fucking broke out. So anyway, one day we're hanging out in the Central Park, in Sand Park on 100th Street, Central Park West. And this Sand Park, we're there, a bunch of guys. They cutting class up. Me, Benny, and Mike, and Beatty there. We're just hanging out. Motherfuckers are leaving, whatever. So at the end of the day, since we lived in the neighborhood, we hung out later than everybody else. And then one thing happened that made us, the soul left. This motherfucker, this big Blackalicious, he walked into this sand park and he had balloons, like colorful balloons. Yeah, let me tell you something. just seeing that big black monster walk in with those colorful balloons by himself, nobody with him, with colorful balloons, he looked like he was there to trap kids and murder them. Me, Benny, Benny and Mike, and like, we were talking about shit. I think we were talking about a Star Wars movie, and all of a sudden, all of us at the same time just shut the fuck up. We all saw that big motherfucker walking in with balloons. Anyway, he was by the entrance, and there was only one entrance exit where the gate opens, and we weren't making any fucking moves. None. We were like, what the fuck this motherfucker doing here? Why you, Benny said, why you got those fucking balloons? And he's just there by the front of the gate with these big fucking, like, the string with the fucking balloons. I don't know who gave him balloons, but that motherfucker must have been a serial killer. So he's there with the balloons, and he's looking around and he's walking back and forth, but he's right in the front of the gate. Like, what the fuck? All of us wanted to like leave, but there was only one way in and out. You couldn't climb over those gates because they're the ones that had the hooks. Let me tell you something. It was a very tense asshole situation there until something happened. Let me tell you something. That day, everybody became a fucking man because we were there. We're just looking at him, and he's kind of looking at us, and we're looking at him, and he's kind of like, we don't know. We were safe though. We were high. There was like this like pyramid thing. We were kind of like away from him, and we always thought like, fuck it, if he goes, whatever, we could break out. That wasn't until this motherfucker's balloons floated away. And that motherfucker turned to us. I saw those balloons flying away. My heart started fucking going like this. Just to see them in slow motion. I was like, come back. This motherfucker got enraged, started crying like a little fucking kid. And fucking Petey was sweating. You see a black man sweat, you can spot the sweat coming out. We knew we were in danger because he was acting crazy. But we had to go already. So we were trying to like go, and we would see he would start looking at us. I don't know, like he wanted to get the balloons for him or something. That shit wasn't happening. Those balloons were like 500 feet off the ground now. So we go to fucking walk around. He starts fucking like a fucking kid, fucking Beatty. He made it sound like every time he would get louder, Beatty go. And Benito told me this motherfucker's gonna kill us. And Mike was like, oh shit, let's get him some balloons. We ain't getting that motherfucker no balloons. So what we did, we weren't gonna fight this monster. No way. I just told him, listen, what we're gonna do? We're gonna outrun this motherfucker. He's wearing boots. He ain't gonna catch up to us. So anyway, I told fucking Benny and Beatty, you motherfuckers go to the left. Me and Mikey, we're gonna go to the fucking right, and we're gonna outrun this motherfucker. Just go. So let me tell you something, no joke. It fucking worked, but he tried to grab Mikey. Mikey evaded his picture, his fucking fingers like the Matrix. He was trying to reach for us, everything. So we ran for our fucking life, and we didn't stop till we got back to the neighborhood. And we're in the fucking basketball court, fucking dying. And we were like, this motherfucker tried to kill us. Like, she was gonna grab us. What the fuck he was gonna do? I was like, who gave him those balloons? So no joke, we were just there, like, feeling safe, like stupid kids do. We were feeling safe until that motherfucker appeared under the street lamp. We see this big monster, and we hear that motherfucker. Ah! This motherfucker wanted vengeance for his balloons. So anyway, Benny was the first one. He said, we gotta kill this motherfucker. He ain't gonna stop. When he said that, Blackalicious was like, no, let's talk to him. Let's just, maybe he'll stop. Benny was like, this motherfucker's not stopping. He's gonna try to kill one of us. And no joke, when we came down the steps, like it was like, not like steps, but like bleacher type stuff, like whatever, he would start getting closer. It was like a fucking grizzly bear, like trying to charge. And we fucking looked at each other, including Blackalicious. We said, this motherfucker, he's either gonna be him or us. And it was one of these things where BD understood this was war, so we were getting ready. He was fucking rolling up my sleeves. Mikey was tying his laces twice. Fucking Benny was fucking getting a garbage can, getting ready to fucking hit him. We worked out a fucking plan. And let me tell you something, he kept coming and coming. And me and Benny and Mike, we already had a plan worked out. grab his fucking legs, and when you do that, I'll fucking tackle this motherfucker on the ground. Benny hit him with the fucking garbage can. And I told you, Beatty wasn't that kind of kid. But I told Beatty, you gotta help me, man. You gotta stomp this motherfucker with me. This motherfucker gets up, we're all dead. So no joke, people from the windows are screaming, what are you fellas doing? They see us getting ready for war in the middle of a basketball court. And he's coming over. Isn't the fucking Hulk? He's fucking coming for us. No joke. Mikey just fucking ran, hugged his 2 fucking feet, tied him up. We tried to reach for Mikey. I fucking ran at him. I fucking shoulder tackled that motherfucker to the ground. And when I fucking had him, I stood up. Benny now. Benny fucking landed a garbage can on this motherfucker. And let me tell you something. Beatty came over. We popped Beatty's fucking street cherry that night. He became an angry black man. Don't you fucking get the fuck he's kicking. He kicked so fucking much that Beatty said that his ankle didn't work for like a week. He was limping everything. What's up, fellas? We went crazy. People screaming, get off that man. What are you doing? Let me tell you something. We didn't hear nothing. We went into that. You ever get into that like wild violence where all you hear is fucking that tone, like that tinnitus sound? We were fucking going crazy. He kept growling, fuck you, motherfucker. We're just beating this motherfucker, and people running out, and they're trying to stop us, and they would pull us off. We would just run back and start attacking us. We knew this motherfucker wasn't going to stop. And Beatty kicking this motherfucker so much, Beatty's toes were like that. His fucking toes were throbbing. We were fucking landing on him like that. We fucked him up. Benny tried to put him in a Boston Crab. We did everything. And it was fucking crazy. The cops came because back then they had cops for the area. And them motherfuckers came. They were fucking trying to grab all of us and arrest whatever. And this motherfucker got up. And the cop told him, sit down. He wasn't listening to the cop. That motherfucker went after the cops too. So the fucking cops are trying to wrestle him. Then the fucking cop says, help us. We were back on that motherfucker. We were beating this motherfucker down with 2 cops from the local precinct up in the hood. We were fucking going crazy on this motherfucker. And it was like he was immune to shit. It's like nothing. It was fucking him up. And then finally, I'm choking this motherfucker like, die, motherfucker. Why won't you die? And the fucking cop is telling me, kill him. Fucking cop probably lived up in Westchester. Never seen a Negro like this before. He's telling me kill him. His fucking hat is gone. I still remember that fucking cop. He was cool with me after that because me and him survived some shit. We went crazy on this motherfucker, and to the point where we were literally like all on top of this fucking bastard. Back then there was no taser, stun gun, nothing. This was your stun gun right here. We were fucking him up. Beatty was still kicking him. Beatty was fucking going around and just dancing around and kicking him and stomping him. But anyway, finally he fucking like, I don't know, he didn't think he chilled out. I think at the point he got exhausted from all of us on top of him. When the cops came from the precinct over here, the 24th, and a fucking mob of cops came. The cop that told me to kill him, he was like, get off them. They're okay. They're okay. I had my fucking cops on me like that. They were holding me like this. But they fucking let it go. They grabbed that big motherfucker. They put handcuffs on him, all kinds of stuff. They were beating that motherfucker with sticks. And they would walk them over to the precinct, and you could see the cops were nervous with this motherfucker. He took a royal beating. So then, the next day, Frank comes over with us. He's like, what the fuck? I hear you guys fucked up some kid. Fucked up some kid? What the fuck you talking about? We fought a monster last night. Look at Beatty. He can't even fucking walk straight. We explained the whole thing to him, but let me tell you something. Something tells me that big monster is still roaming New York City. Unlike Georgie, which was, Georgie had the old chick. She was cool. This big motherfucker, if you ever see a big motherfucker with folds in his neck, wearing overalls, because that's the only thing that can fit him, run. That's all you can do. Run from that motherfucker. If he has balloons, get a gun. Because that motherfucker came in with the balloons. I was like, I didn't even see him at first. All I saw was the balloons until he turned around. I was like, ooh.